Hey guys, Dark Skeleton here to take a look at Arcane Nullifier X-21, a new mech card for the Goblins vs. Gnomes expansion set. Now this is a guy I happen to find pretty interesting. His stats aren't all that great, only 2 attack and 5 health for 4 mana, but he's a taunt, which is similar to Ascension Shieldmaster, and that he's a 4 mana taunt. The downside is that he has 1 less attack, of course, but he has the upside that he can't be targeted by enemy spells or hero powers. But he can't be the target of any spells or hero powers, and on top of that he's also a mech. Now what's great about this card is that he's relatively hard to deal with. You can't just ignore him because he has taunt, and you can't just remove him because he's unable to be targeted. Now something worth mentioning is that cards that don't actually have a target still can affect him. That includes a lot of all these random cards that have been coming out, like the Matter Bomber or the Flame Cannon that mages have. He can also be silenced or just dealt with swiftly by having a minion that's strong enough to take him out. But because the attack of this card is definitely on the weak side, I think that this card will be somewhat niche. Being unable to be targeted by a spell or hero power is good, but I'm not sure it's worth necessarily losing the base stats. But where I can definitely see this card being run in some cases would have to be a mech deck. For any defensive or anti-aggro mech decks, this might be the taunt of choice. Since there are ways for a mech deck to buff up their mechs anyway, you might be able to just deal with the stats by having some powerful battlecry effects. It's definitely a pretty cool card, but it's seemingly well balanced. I think that the card will see some use in Constructed once people actually figure out how this whole Goblins vs. Gnomes thing really works. But I definitely think it'll take some kind of special mech deck to make him really worth running over Ascension Shieldmaster. In Arena, I think he might be a little bit worse, maybe on the average side of things. He has good health, but his overall stats are pretty weak. And in Arena, you're typically not going for mech synergy or trying to prevent your opponent from being able to remove your guys with a polymorph or fireball quite as much. Overall, a welcome entry into the game, but nothing too spectacular. I've been Dark Skeleton. If you enjoyed listening, please consider donating to my Patreon. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.